Hey guys, this is Geek here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, where we are on the third game, and we're going to be starting the second case in this game called the Stolen Turnabout, and let's figure out what's going on. Once I click into the game, there we go. Alright, the time is 1 a.m. Beep, beep, beep. Is this another clock thing? Detective, we've made it. Woo. What a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Okay, it's Gumshoe. Ho ho, you said it, pal. It must have been our rock-solid security that scared him off. Would you mind opening the safe just to double-check? Okay, that was way too fast for me. And it is empty. Like, it has to be empty. Yeah. Ah, we've been had. Mask and mask salutations out front, guards. Turn out the searchlights. Ah ha ha ha. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Is he about to say something else? No. The music suddenly stopped. Okay, so that opening sequence kind of reminded me of a manga and anime I really like, Kamikaze Kaito Jane, where the main character, she leaves a calling card, so like the police know where she's going to attack next every single time, but they still can't catch her because she slips away into the dark. So that opening sequence really reminded me of that. And telling you any more would be huge spoilers, so I'm just gonna leave you with that. Hey Nick, get a load of this. Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later. Why am I cleaning the toilet? This is important. What are you freaking out about now? Hee hee. Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. Huh? We're about to hit the big time. Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are. Ha, don't be silly. I'm talking about me and Pearly, of course. Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. Oh, I was wondering where she was last time. Pearls, you haven't... Well, last time you were with Mia 5 years before. I think Pearls wouldn't have been alive back then. But I did miss her from the last case. Pearls, you haven't changed a bit. Wait. What are you doing here anyway? Hee hee, haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this. What's this, some kind of poster? Probably. Oh, it's the Ami exhibit? Kron Village, isn't that? That's right, it's our hometown, Pearly and mine, that is. What's with the treasures from the boonies? Ha ha ha, very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Kron exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. Wait, don't you live there in the house? That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? You look the same as usual. And also, sorry about that noise in the background. That is my heater deciding to act up, if you still hear it. Heh, same Maya, different day. This young lady here is Maya Fey, the younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then, She won't leave me alone. I've been the one who's been keeping this law office afloat from behind the scenes. Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character. Hey, who are you calling shady? You. You do steal stuff. This little girl is Pearl Faye, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin and spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Because she is adorable. Quran Village is the home of the mysterious Quran channeling technique, and Maya here is the daughter of the Quran School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright. Earth Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Your children. Yes, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head on out. But seriously, why is it? Did no one fix it after Pearls broke it, or does no one, or do people still not know it's been broken? Because, like, there's Maya in the lower left-hand corner. Have no clue who Lordy Taylor is. Might end up being the victim or the main suspect. I think that's how it will go. Lordy Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. That's a weird name for a store, unless it's named after someone. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. It all depends on how you display it. Oh, we even have the dusty hanging scroll that was in the Faye Manor storeroom. Does it still have the hole in the corner? Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom? Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibit is waiting for us in the basement warehouse. Alright, I guess we should go and say hello. I don't think that's the same one where there was a murder. I do want to read what this little sign says. Ooh, I can't. Great. Oh, Mystic Maya, look, I can't believe it. It's so cute. It's a little diorama of Quran Village. Yeah, look at that. Somehow it seems to reek of dreariness. Oh, Mystic Maya, it's your house. It even says Faye Manor on it. Yikes, you're right. I kinda want to add the famous in front of it. Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. Very true. They're just a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures too? Of course they are. This is the treasure exhibit, isn't it? Well, yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age? No wonder nobody likes museums. I like museums. I feel hurt. Remember this old folding screen here? Pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence in that murder case that happened in Quran Village. Yeah, but they said that this was in the storage room, not in the channeling room. This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The 6-leaf Quran's secret writings folding screen. If it's so secret, why is it the most prominent thing in the exhibit? True that. A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let me see. Here's the title in English. 108 Ways to Save Money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since last time I saw it. Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. Why is this empty? What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it. Well, it must be for the greatest treasure of all. The greatest treasure? Is there something like that? Huh? Why, of course there is. Right, Pearly? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll bet would really take your breath away. So I'm going to guess it was that thing Pearly broke. Most likely. Okay. Yep, this is a basement warehouse, alright. This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time. Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you. And then as soon as I click enter, she's gonna scream, isn't she? Oh, Mr. Wright. Eek, a monster, you were right. Huh? Monster? Good evening. It's good to see you again. It's Adrian. I know you. Haha, nice to see you again too, little miss. Ah, hello. Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Oh, nice to meet you. Adrian sure has changed since we last met. She's even smiling. So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. Let's just talk to her. It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Why are you freaking out on me? What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up. That's all. Mystic Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Please, Maya, don't say anything that'll needle Pearls further. Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago. You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case? Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job. Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. If it wasn't for us... No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful. Ooh, that's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring. Well, Lordy Taylor's celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. The works on display and the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museum. Exhibit and exhibition are like spelled so similar, yet they're pronounced so different. Woohoo! Did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums. Yes, I did. That's really wonderful. So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh? Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. The security guards are all very highly trained as well. That sounds good. So what's with that face she's making? I agree. Like, this camera is facing a wall. It's a security camera. It's trained on the warehouse door. Is that a door? Or the one that's in, like, the very corner? It looks like it's pointed to the wall. It's set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the door. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say. I can agree with that. Phone, a computer. This computer, it looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above. And that means what? The camera is set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out of the storeroom. Then the data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what. It also seems to be unlocked, which means anyone can go around and erase anything. I see. That's some pretty high-tech stuff. Not really. It looks like a part of a big signboard. All I can read is the burr. Aha, I've got it. Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger. Why would anyone write hamburger that big? Like, maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something. No, I kinda doubt it. Ah, I've got it. Maybe it's spaghetti. What? Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti. Well, maybe it was a typo. Maya said spaghetti festival. What do you think? I think that's really stupid, Maya. Okay to me, besides spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on your narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere? Every time we see a ladder, we had this conversation. Mr. Nick, what's the big door over there? Looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. You can see lots of boxes and stuff back there. Really? Let's go in. I want to take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Did you hear that, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel. Why are you telling me that? Because she's a quasi. Oh, it's like this tiny door right here instead of this gigantic door. So I'm going to guess that this is when they're loading stuff in and out, and the small door is just when people are going in. And I'm going to assume that this statue is Ami, I think. Mystic Maya, take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Ami, right? Yes, that's the statue of the woman who invented the Quran channeling technique, Ami Faye. The statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. It's holding the I don't know what that says. It's holding a very fancy sword. And what's that creepy looking thing she's holding? Don't ask me, how should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the Quran Sizzle. It is a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. So you say. Aw, phooey. I wanted to cut something. What are you eyeing me for? Oh, look, it's already 8. Have you all eaten yet? Well, actually, I already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together? Ooh, I like the sound of that. Dine. Sounds so fancy. I'll have the kids' lunch. Ha ha ha, Pearly, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with the kids' dinner? Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me. Ha ha. Shall we head upstairs then? Okay, so could I only see those specific things, or was there like a limit to what I could do? I wonder if I missed something because of that. Although I did notice that the sign in the corner with like the multiple signs per letter kind of look like origami. But I'm not sure how that relates to Burr, or if it even does, because the paper and the lettering were different. Who knows? After the pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day something terrible would happen. Let me guess, is someone stuck on the sword? Nick, this is terrible. What the? You're cleaning the toilet again? Never knew you were such a toilet freak. Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I want to turn on the TV. And yeah, of course the news has it. We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on the clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced that they believe it was the work of renowned phantom thief, Mask the Mask. According to a spokesperson, Lori Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by this phantom thief who only targets rare treasures. Lori Taylor? Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet. Treasure, ordered Taylor. You don't think. Yes, now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Mask to Mask. Our most valuable treasure, the Kron's sacred urn, was stolen. What? You know, that thing that Pearls broke that somehow no one has noticed. Refresh my memory a little. What is this sacred urn? It's only the most important treasure in Kron Village, that's all. Look, it's right there on the poster. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Namely, the soul of Mystic Ami Faye, the founder of the Kron channeling technique. Right, Pearly? Yes. That's right. Seriously, how has no one noticed that it's been broken? Hold up. I thought the urn had the name Ami written on it. Now it says I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Well... Teehee, there are some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick? That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Kron Village, Maya's hometown. The sacred urn, it turned out to be an important clue in that case. Supposedly priceless, looks like a plain old pot. It was terrible. I was arrested and everything. 1 year ago, the murder in Kron Village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings, and this urn wound up being the key piece of evidence that proved her innocence. Mr. Nick, would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn. Oh yeah, that's right. Wasn't Maya in the room? She should be able to hear you. Now I remember, this urn used to say Ami on it. Until Pearls accidentally broke it into a million pieces. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's say it didn't work out so well. Sorry, I'm not good at arts and crafts. Spelling either. Anyway, this is how her gluing project turned out. And no one has noticed. She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Ami, it says, I am. I can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later. I can't believe it myself. Maya has no clue what happened. Okay, the toilet is shinier than the judge's head, so let's see what's next. What's wrong with you, Nick? What do you mean? What do you mean, what, Mr. Nick? Your beloved Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen. Doesn't that even bother you? But I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how. The village is Mystic Maya. She's the future master of the Kron schooling of channeling. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick. I won't let you say you don't. Okay, I do. So what am I supposed to do about it? Isn't it obvious? Go and find the bad guy who did this. Yeah, and get the sacred urn back. But I'm not a detective. I'm a lawyer. That has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you would find it for your beloved Mystic Maya. Oh my gosh. Man oh man, there's no willing against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. So what's the name of this bad guy again? Mask to Mask, Nick. Make a note of it. Mask to Mask. Okay, whatever. I mean, I still have this lying thing, which is good because I really like that mechanic from the last game. So I guess we go back to the exhibition. Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Bad guy, huh? Hey, you can't poke around here, pal. Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not him again. But we like Gumshoe. What are you talking about, Phoenix? It's you. And I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is it every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? Not that Nintendo. Wait, no, it's not Nintendo, it's Capcom. Not that Capcom wanted to write. No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here? Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here and... Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already? Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try to remember it, right? All right, Mr. Scruffy Detective. And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick. Yeah, good to see you again too, I guess. Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us what happened? Oh, you're trying to remember my name. Atta girl, it's Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn. I know about that. Oh, well, the criminal's name is Master Mask. I know about that too. Detective, can't you tell us something other than that? Well, I guess I sort of kind of owe you guys, in a way. The crime occurred last night around 1:30 in the morning. How exactly do you know that? We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen. The scene of the crime? You mean here, right? Wrong. That urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse. Basement warehouse, huh? Where there should have been a camera. So who was guarding that basement warehouse? That guy. It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets a swelled head, thinking that he's an ace detective. Ace detective? So why do you call him an ace detective anyway? That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up. What is it, Marshall? So what's he like? Well, like I told you, Master Mass has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back. I wonder. This could be like that episode of Criminal Minds where there was this cop who was doing everything just so he could get recognition for it. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Wow, that is impressive. All by himself? Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy. Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief. Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues. So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this Master Mask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Master Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread. Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises, the true Master Mask. I have a feeling we're going to have to play the whole there's no way you can tell who is in the costume game. Like, that has happened several times with the samurai cases. So he's some kind of master disguise, huh? He only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th heist. If Lordy Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time. What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the sacred urn? Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something. See? Very Kamikaze Kaito Jane. This is giving me so many so many flashbacks of her crimes that she would make in the anime and manga. She would tell you what she was stealing, where, when she would do it, and exactly what she was stealing, though. That was like the one thing that's been slightly different that They're not telling us what, I don't think. Calling, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So what's this calling card? Here it is. But don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal? What's this mark on the front? It's a mask. It's Master Mac's signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them. They didn't mention that on the news flash. We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if the calling card is real or not is by this emblem. Smart. That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday. I mean, having good lawyers is a good thing. I don't see how Nick would have a copycat, though. Thanks, I guess. Alright, let us... Wait, can I, like, see a closer look at this? To the security at Lord Taylor, I will be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display in your Treasures of Quran exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? Yours truly, Masted Mask. Okay, so he does tell them what he's stealing as well. Interesting. Let's move to the basement. Also, I did see the sword on the ground before the text popped up. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. That's probably because it's air conditioned to protect the art pieces, you know? Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. Huh? What the heck does that mean? Okay, he gives me very much Penguin from DC vibes. And not like the original one, I would say the Penguin from Gotham. He very much gives me those vibes. I'm afraid I have very little to offer. Please make yourself at home. Who are you anyway? Shh, silence. That's creepy. Please move that farther away from me. He. Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What do you see? Zavari? The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium, neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong? Yikes, that's scary. How did you know that? Probably because I'm wearing a pin and you're wearing your traditional outfit. How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. I'm a traveler of both time and space, and a swimmer of dreams. What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it. Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman. Introducing yourself? And introduce myself. The name is Atme. Luke Atme. Ace Detective. Oh, hi? Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of. The name's right. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. I'm Maya Fey, a spirit medium. Okay, he's about to get mad at us because he's gonna think we're messing with him. And I'm Pearl Fey. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and spirit medium, Ace Apprentice. Okay, it was really cute when she did it though. Excellent. Well then, shall we begin our little game? No, please don't. Game? Why does that phrase, one short of a baker's dozen, come to mind with this guy? Because it's probably very true. So are you really as famous as you say? Of course. For a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone slept in this city that had not heard of me. Look at me. I am Master Mask enemy, the ace detective Luke at me. At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over the city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light. Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick? I have been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. Yeah, you're just like leading me more and more to me thinking that you're the masked guy we're looking for. After learning this criminal's patterns, I've thwarted his every latest loathsome larceny. Even returned the target of this tyranny, the portrait of Megina, to the crime scene. And I did all by myself. I took it back from mask to mask, with my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles. Or you're working with the dude. Yeah, they mentioned it on the news in the Great People Around Town segment. They said the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward. The one on his hand? Well, compare it to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Pretty much. Oh, tell us what you know about Mask to Mask, and keep it simple, please. Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds? He's literally only attacked 5 times, my dude. Your life to thwarting him? Really? Last night, here in the bowels of the store, we were locked in a most glorious battle. Did the camera pick that up? I see. Huh? Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here in Lordy Taylor? Naturally, wherever the mask goes, you'll find at me lay his elegant traps. Oh my gosh, is she Minoko of this? Oh my gosh. I don't think I remember her name correctly, but there was this girl in Kamikaze Kaito Jane who has these traps that she lays every time, and they never work. At all. But I think that's the fun in them not working. But they're very interesting and complex. But this time I allowed him to escape the illusion of victory. I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Probably. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. Phoenix, there's no need to be rude. I first received the request for my services 20 days ago, and it was 10 days ago that we received Mask to Mask calling card. So I'm going to guess there's 10 days in between the calling card being sent and the treasure being stolen, and him being called on 20 days ago would have been like the 4th treasure. I think maybe that's what's going on? Huh, you were hired before the calling card even arrived? Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. That's Adrian for you. A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized. A calling card arrived, right? Yes, so, ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse, and waited for him, alone. Alone, but why? Why didn't you go to the police for help? Because he's an ace detective and can do it by himself. Ridiculous. Why could I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops? Got a lot of nerve, after all it was you that let the mask get away. I always operate alone and concealed. Are you the Dark Knight? Out of the sight of others. Concealed. Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb. That means the exact same of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Anyway, back to what happened last night. As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared. But that's impossible. How could it just disappear? How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here. For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself. So you're saying that even though on one came... Okay, so you're saying that even though on one came... What? This sentence makes no sense. So you're saying that even though on one came through those doors last night, our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose. I think I was supposed to say no one. Instead of on one, no one. That's not possible. Well, let's examine everything. Is this camera still working? Test, Sir Lawyer. Please refrain from such crude behavior. Huh? What do you mean? This criminal is an artist. The crime scene is the canvas upon which he paints. Only I, Ace Detective Atme, have an eye which is educated even though enough to read the signs. Could you translate that for me, Nick? I think he pretty much said, don't touch anything, amateurs. If there's something you wish to know about, you have but to ask Atme, then tell me what it means. I know everything there is to know about my rival, Mask to Mask. Does he have any top secret information, stuff that only a real crime buff would know? I'll think about what to ask while I listen to what Mr. Ace Detective has to say. Is he just gonna tell me the same thing over and over again? Really, it's not letting us do anything. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go back and talk to him. Kind of be like, hey, I'm a lawyer, let me through. I don't think so though. Do we need to get permission to look around? Actually, let me ask him more questions about the calling card and whatnot. Mask to Mask calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such top secret piece of information. Well, we've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here. Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us. Ever. Well, Sir Lawyer? I've been told that you are too perusing the mysterious thief. Well, I'm not sure I would say that exact. That's right. We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do. Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something valuable, return then to my office. My office of Earthly Delights, the Atme Detective Agency. Office of Earthly Delights? Is that the cafeteria? Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you excuse me, I have much to do. Oh, wait a minute. He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry and investigate before he changes his mind. I want to go to his office too. Take me with you, okay? Alright, let's examine. Oops. It's a security camera. A security camera? Yeah, go stand in front of that door and I'll snap a picture Your photo too, Pearly. Mystic Maya, do you think I should smile? Nah, it's for criminals, so I think you should make a really scary face. Like this. Hey Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer. A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. That's such a cute name. Looks like this computer is for storing the data from the security camera. It's probably the trap the detective set up. Let's see if we can find last night's data on this thing. Might even find a photo of Mask to Mask. Let's see here. Man, I really stink at working these things. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot. I don't know how to pull up the photos. I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick. Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway. Guess you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick? Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night. Warehouse camera went off once around 1 AM. So, can I read it? No. That pathetic looking wooden box. Ah, that's the box that had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it, there may be clues to the thief's identity on there. Ugh, I worked so hard to make that box. Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been on its stand in the winding way of May Fanner, but there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Mask to Mask had taken the box too. My thing is, like, I don't think it would have been, like, that stable. So I don't know how it didn't fall apart. Wow, this is awesome. What did Miss Andrews say it was called again? Shiseko. It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese. Or so says Miss Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy. One hit, 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it sell like hotcakes. There's something about it that bothers me. That it's bent? Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly. The sword. Wasn't Mystic Ami holding it last night? Ah. And another thing, the sword wasn't bent last night like it is now. Okay, I think Pearly is the smartest character in this game. I'm just calling that out right now. You're right. Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from my little ace apprentice. The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow. Aha, I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atme smashed Mask to Mask with it. Like this. Youch! What the heck? What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before. Oh man, my head. My hair. Let's slide over. Also, there wasn't this paint yesterday. Look what you did, Nick. You spilled paint over here. I didn't do that. Well, it wasn't here last night. I would have noticed a color this outrageous. But this paint has already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick. Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. Looks like it's been several days since it was split. Hey, look at this. Wait, wasn't there something in front of it? Maybe? What is it? There's some kind of shade left in the bottom left side of the stain. Huh? You're right. I wonder what it could be. Mr. Nick, what's the big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. You can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Xandru said we're not allowed in there. It says Organi. No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organized. You just can't see the last two letters. Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either, because this place is a mess. Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh? This statue of Mystic Ami is so cool. I want a gold statue of myself. You could put it in the office. Hey, it's Right & Co. How about a gold statue of me? Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange. Huh? What is it, Pearls? Statue of Mystic Ami. Was this where it was last night? No, it was closer to the door. Ah. Pretty sure it was closer to the door. Yeah, I think you're right. Great job, Pearly. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin. The statue was moved on the night of the crime. Probably hiding that paint since it is dry. Is there anything else to see? I don't think so necessarily. Also, that is the same. Is that the same pink as the other side? No, I wouldn't say so. I guess we can go find this dude's office. Hey Nick, your cell phone's ringing. Hello, Phoenix right here. Oh ho ho ho. It's me, Gumshoe. Gumshoe? What is it? What's so funny? I'll tell you what's funny, pal. I finally beat him. I beat Mr. Ace Detective. Finally, this underdog is the alpha dog today. That stuck-up detective's met his match. Yep, I finally caught him. Lock, stock, and barrel. There's no escape for him. You caught him? Are you saying you capture Master Mask? Bingo. Well, actually, he surrendered. But I still got him. Master Mask surrendered? That's great, so when can we come and pick up the secret urn? Well, you see, I was gonna tell you. What, something wrong? Do you think you can swing by the detention center sometime? The detention center? He wants to talk to you. Master Mask, that is. What? He wants to talk to Nick? I'll be waiting for you, pal, so get over here soon. The detention center, huh? That is quite interesting. Again, sorry for the chattering of my heater. It's still going on for whatever reason. Wait, that pink is the same pink I believe that was all over that wall where Mystic Ami's statue was. This is a detective agency. Looks like the set of some B-grade horror movie. Hello? Is anyone here? Looks like nobody's home. What a waste of time. Hey, I know, let's take that framed picture back with us as a memento. Don't you dare, Maya. This is what we meant by you being shady. Guess we'll have to try back later. This desk is literally covered with all sorts of chemistry equipment. Oh, I just love chemistry. Say, Nick, I bet you didn't know this, but water is made of carbon and hydrogen. No, it's not. No, not carbon, oxygen. Oxygen and hydrogen. Oh, well, there's always alternative theories, I guess. If by alternative theories you mean the ones you make up inside that head of yours? As a chemistry major myself, I'm very insulted by that answer Maya gave. That's one impressive shelf filled with some very impressive books. My Life as an Ace Detective, Unabridged Edition, by Luke Atme, Ace Detective. Hey, he's even got one of those ships in a bottle thingies. Aw, would you look at that? There's a little Luke Atme doll at the helm. How cute. There's a microscope here too. I wonder if he's researching something. Glass slides have different names on them. This one says, "At me virus." This guy's just dying to make a name for himself, huh? It's getting kind of irritating, actually. Okay, we're not going to say anything about the knives on the wall. What a creepy painting. It's like he's looking right at me. Maybe we should put up a big portrait of you in the office, Nick. I can even paint it for you. Maybe you can pose while cleaning the toilet? I think I prefer something a bit more dignified. Whoa, it's a huge earth. That's a fireplace. So, what's the difference? We need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Hey, Nick. What's this thing here? It's called a gramophone. In the old days, people used to listen to music. You can't be serious. I think it's probably for purifying the air or something. I bet you 50 cents. Come on, what do you say? Forget it. You never pay up when you lose. That is one way of saying no. Okay, yeah, there's nothing else in here. I guess we move to the detention center? Probably from our office. Oh, look at our friend. The cop that never moves. Hey, pal. Welcome to the detention center. You're sharing a happy mood, aren't you? Yep, after all. We got masked right, but, so where's the sacred urn? Oh, sorry about that, pal. Guess I didn't really think about it before. But you're the victim in this case, huh? Well, I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth. You know, he's right, Nick. He is? If you think about it real hard, we are the victims. Well, I guess so, in a way. I'm so used to thinking of the victim as a dead person because we're always on murder cases. Excuse me. But anyway, I have to get the sacred urn back. Please, don't just ignore me. He is very much more outlandish than I originally expected. Who are you? I'm Damas. Okay. Hey Nick, doesn't he look kind of, well, gangly? I'm Ron Delight, the famous Mass Damask. I don't think this guy could punch his way out of a wet paper bag. Neither do I. So, you're the Damask guy? Yes, you bet. No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes, and sort of no, if you know what I mean. What's wrong? Well, when I say wrong, I wouldn't really mean to say is that it's not right, per se. You see, it's not spelled masque de masque, it's actually mask de mask. What's with this guy? Well, he's a timid little weakling, we know that much. Don't do that. Don't look at me like that. I don't need your pity. And a major crybaby, too. So, why did you give yourself up? Well, you see, it's because, well, I know why. It's because you stole such a priceless treasure. And now you're overwhelmed with guilt. Am I right? Priceless treasure. That broken old urn. I have a little favor to ask. Yes, what is it? Could you go and talk to Desi? Desi? So who is this Desi person? Please don't talk about my wife like that. I guess she must be his wife. I'm sorry. The truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think you could go and visit her at my hideout? Hideout? Mr. Nick, what does he mean by hideout? Oh, sorry. Naturally I meant to say my secret base. Secret base? Well, my apartment, actually. Palazzo de Pepe, 3rd floor. Let's go have a look, Nick. To Mass Damask's hideout. Something tells me she just likes the sound of the word hideout. Look, we really want our urn back, so where is it? I'm sorry, I'll give it back. I really will. Maybe not. No, I can't. I can't make promises I can't keep. I'll just end up hurting people. Mr. Neck? You didn't hear what he just said, especially that last part. Mr. Damaske, do you think you could speak up a little? Yes, sir, I will. I promise. Maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking in my normal voice, so I can't really do anything. Mr. Damaske, about the urn. Oh, yes, the urn, right away. Actually, no. I wouldn't mind telling you, but actually I'm afraid you wouldn't believe me anyways. Enough already, just tell it to us straight. Please don't yell at me. I'm sorry. That urn, I lost it. What? What did you just say? Did you say you lost it? Yes, no. Maybe so? I mean, yes, I lost it. What do you mean? Well, you know, I lost it, like I said. These things just happen. You're on the train and you get distracted and you forget your bag. You know. What? You forgot our sacred urn on a train? Wait a minute, you went on the train dressed like that? No, I was just speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway. I'm sorry. I just lost it somewhere. I don't know where. This guy's story is more surreal than a Dali painting. Are you really sure this creep is Masty Mask? Maya, don't call him a creep. Although I do have to admit, I understand your doubts about this guy. Can I ask him about this? Oh, that's Master Mask's calling card. Pretty nice looking, huh? Looks so happy. I'm not very good at writing, you see, so I bought a book called How to Write Business Letters and studied hard. Well, I guess you could call theory a type of business. Okay then. Let's go to his apartment. Well, I guess that explains how he ran away via, is that a balloon thingamabobby with a tape recorder? It's kind of what it looks like, right? Wow, check this place out. No doubt about it. This is Master Mask's hideout, alright. Who is it? Is that you, Ronnie? Oh, she's adorable. Huh? Who are you people? Are you Desi Delight? That's right, I'm Desiree. Ah. Oh, you must be the lawyer. And the victim. Yeah, that's us. Your husband told us to stop by and speak with you. I'm Maya Faye, and this is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nikki Boy and Maya, huh? Can't tell you how grateful I am that you decided to help my Ronnie. Well, you're welcome. Did she really call me Nikki Boy? She did. About your husband. Isn't he the cutest? A bit weak sometimes, though. A bit? By the way, did you know they mentioned Mayo on TV? Huh? Really? You said you own the urn and that you're doing some shady training at a law office now. Remind me not to watch that channel's news program. After I saw that, I thought it might be a good idea to meet the lawyer they mentioned. I see. My Ronnie. He has a powerful imagination and gets deluded easily. He kept insisting he was going to surrender to the police. I didn't know what to do. It was me, I saw that urn, he kept saying, as if it was even possible. Huh? But are you saying he didn't? Ha ha ha, of course he didn't. Why would my Ronnie ever do something like that? Well, you know, it's a priceless treasure, and he's, you know... Is it possible his own wife doesn't know his secret identity? Me. I'm the kind of woman that needs excitement in her life. Oh, excitement, huh? Yes, I'm at my happiest when I'm racing along with my bike going at full throttle. Riding a motorcycle is like putting your life on the line. You know what I mean? Well, I think that depends on how you ride it. I'm the type that can't stand living a boring, dreary old life with no action. No offense, but your husband, Ron, doesn't seem exactly like the risk-taking type himself. You're right about that. He's definitely not one for thrills and danger. But I have to say that he makes up for it in other ways. Other ways? Yes, money. Ronnie is incredibly rich and super generous. He bought me a bike that's so fast it would make your head spin. And shopping. I like to shop so much it makes Ron's head spin. The other day it actually happened. His head actually started to spin. Okay, now I'm not too sure that she loves him or not for him. That's really weird. Man, talk about a high maintenance wife. So where does Mr. Delight get all of this money from? Ronnie is a security guard. They put their lives on the line, right? Wait, so he really is a security guard? But even then, he shouldn't be making this much money. So they get paid tons of money in return. Tons of it. He's a security guard? I think it's my turn for my head to spin. Right. Can you tell us about what happened last night? What time did that incident take place again? What time was it again, Maya? Well, according to Detective Gumshoe, it was around 1:30 in the morning. Last night was horrible. I got pulled over. Pulled over? Yes, I always do my best flying at night. Flying? You're talking about your motorcycle, right? Yes. Anyway, last night I got pulled over by a policeman. Can't believe he caught up to me. It was a great chase, let me tell you. When he finally caught me, the poor man was as white as his sheet. It was about 3 in the morning when I finally got home. Sounds like she got an airtight alibi, but your husband doesn't. Well, what about Mr. Delight? I don't really know. We weren't together at that time of the night, but when I got home, he was already fast asleep. So basically, he's got no alibi. That's exactly what I heard as well. It's mask to mask. There's a tape recorder hanging from his neck. Let me see that. I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen. So that's how he is. So he might just have been someone hired, possibly by Atme, to create all this stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't get it. What's this supposed to be, Nick? I know, it's a fishbowl. Well, an upside down one anyway. I think we were trying to get it. It was Windy Oldbag's helmet from the previous case. I think it's a helmet, an alien helmet. And that looks like a tape recorder or something next to it. I think it's a transceiver. An alien transceiver. Nick, do you think maybe you could act like a grown-up for a little bit? Getting lectured by Maya to be more of an adult. That's the new low. Oh, that's so cute. It's called a hot air balloon. Wow, there's no fooling you. I'll even let you ride in it. The emblem of the balloon is supposed to be top secret. That's proof enough that Ron Delight really is mask to mask. You better not tell Maya. She gets kind of scary when it comes to celebrities. Agreed. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here. Duck and cover. It's a missile. Did you know there's dynamite in missiles? But they're not heavy enough to be real. Oh wait. They're just really well-made toys. What are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? Death of the Mazarin store, the Great Albatross strategy, Death of the Immortal Goddess statue, the Great Knuckle Bomber strategy. Did the police even investigate this place? I don't think so. These like magic books or physics? There are a bunch of books lying here. They're all romantic-sounding novels about famous heists and fantastic thieves. Wow, look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck in them. Let's see here. Note, must remember this thief's way of laughing. Very useful. Note, a calling card is an important part of any good thief's modus operandi. Wow, Ron really studied his stuff. Which means none of his stuff's original. Nick, it's a torpedo. It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real. Where could you have picked up something like this? Please don't say that torpedoes are things people just leave lying around. I mean, no they're not. Anything else? I would also want to ask her about, this, see what she knows about it. So what do you know about this? No, you can't show her that, Nick. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, when I hear the word top secret, it just piques my interest like nothing else. I guess we go back and tell Ronnie that we talked to her. Or do we go to Atmi's place? Move, actually, maybe I should just continue to ask, Ron more questions. I do have more stuff I could ask him about. Actually, I can ask him about his wife. That's my lovely wife, isn't she beautiful? Yeah, she sure is. Ooh boy, the one topic I don't want to get into in front of Pearls. But Desi doesn't approve of my interests, so I'm afraid she doesn't like me anymore. What should I do? If I want to win her back, I'm really going to have to be super honest. Oh boy, he's gone back into his little world again. Let me ask him about Mask to Mask. Ever since I was a little boy, I've always been interested in mysterious masked men. So that's why you want it to be when you grow up? Yes. No, sort of, but not exactly. Never imagined I feel as bad as I do now about the treasures being stolen. People sure can be complicated, can't they? You know who this is? Your supposed archenemy? It's him. Do you know him? Claims to be your archenemy and rival. But that person... He's not my archenemy or my rival. Well, actually, no. Now that I think about it, the terms archenemy and rival are the same thing. They are rivals. Only people who have it out for each other would disagree like this. Can I ask him about himself? What do you think about this? Can't say one way or the other. Okay, let's see. Does he know this? No, he doesn't know Adrian. But let's go back to the stuff from the scene of the crime. Sorry it caused so much trouble. If you're so sorry, then you shouldn't have stolen it in the first place. But the only thing I did wrong was lose it. That's not right. I was wrong either way. I'm sure the owners of the other treasures feel the same. You sure seem sorry. Who would have imagined that such a famous thief would have such a pure heart? What do you think about this? So he doesn't know anything about it. Sorry. He doesn't know anything about it. Okay. Did I I don't think I unlocked anything, did I? I would still like more information as to why they're not enemies or whatnot. Can I ask her? Does she know anything about Mask to Mask? Miss Delight, you must know, right? About your husband and Mask to Mask? Mask to Mask? Of course, I know all about it. My husband is his biggest fan. Yeah, what? Huh? Biggest fan? Yes, and Ronnie can be pretty delusional sometimes. That's how this whole misunderstanding happened. But wait a minute, did you say delusional? Yes, that's right. Just don't know what I'm going to do with him. You see, Ronnie actually believes that he is Mask to Mask. What? What are you talking about? Alright, this is news to me. So, when did Ronnie first become Mask to Mask? What are you talking about? He's not Mask to Mask. Huh? But wait a second. Look around this room. This place is obviously Mask to Mask's hideout. No, you're totally wrong. A real thief's hideout wouldn't look like this. It's because Ronnie is so timid himself that he looks up to heroic figures. Heroic figures, but Mask to Mask is a bad guy. So he's deluded, huh? Could that really be true? Anyway, if he really has stolen the urn, wouldn't he still have it? But, well, I suppose so. Then why don't you ask him if he has the urn or not? She has a point. Mr. Delight isn't exactly the criminal type. Something about Ron's behavior bothers me. Maybe it's true. Maybe Mr. Delight isn't Mask to Mask after all. Say, can I ask you something, Nicky boy? What is it? I know I may seem like a bad girl on the outside, but the one thing I won't stand for is illegal activity. I had a feeling you wouldn't. You're tough, but I can't tell you got a good heart. Her flying down the freeway is still illegal. Somebody framed my poor Ronnie. I just know it. Could you give this to Ronnie for me? A letter? Yes, for Ronnie. I want him to fight back. Miss Delight? Okay, you've got it. Just relax and leave it all to us. Right, let's go back to the detention center and present him the letter. Oh, that's right. Here, this is from your wife. Oh, from Desi? Thank you. Letter given to Mask to Mask. Actually, more like taken. My dear Ronnie, how are you? I'm doing fine. He's clutching onto that letter so hard, the ink is going to be squeezed out. He looks so happy. You should write a letter to Mystic Maya too, Mr. Nick. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Mr. Lawyer? Yes? In the letter that Desi wrote, she said, ask this guy to be your lawyer. Huh? I know this would be asking a lot, but would you please take my case? My trial starts tomorrow. Hey, hang on a second. He can't be your lawyer. Why not? What do you mean, why not? We're the victims in this case, right? Victims of this Damascus guy. Well, yeah, but according to Desiree, he didn't do it. She's that poor man who's deluded himself into thinking he did it. Right, Mr. Nick? Come on, she could be lying to protect her husband. Well, we have a truth teller. Well, that's true. No, actually not. Actually, it's hard to say. Oh no, it's spreading. But please, I'll give you the treasure of your choice in return. What should I do? Let's take this case. I don't believe you did it. Well, Mr. Delight, I've decided to give it a try. I'll defend you. Really? You will? Hey, what are you doing, Nick? He's a thief. You can't trust him. Well, he may be a thief, but I think there's more to this case than meets the eye. Mr. Nick, I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have trusted you. But Pearls, I can't believe you defended this person after what he did to Mystic Maya. I'll never forgive you ever. Was this the bad choice? Pearly, wait. This is going to be ugly. I'll go after her. Should I not have taken the case? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Well, you couldn't have known she'd react like that. I guess I might as well start investigating. Oh, Maya, where's Pearls? She says she's going back to the office. Go check on her later, would you? And what about you? Are you okay with me taking Mr. Delight's case? Yeah, I'm fine, Nick. I believe in you. I think I'm going to cry. I know you have a lot of work to do. I really appreciate it. Okay, Nick, let's get the show on the road. Well, first I would like to find Pearly. Ah, Mr. Nick, welcome back. Oh, hey, Pearls, you're back too, I see. I went and bought us a strawberry cake. I'll go make some tea to go with it. Hey, Pearls? Looks like she feels really bad about what happened at the detention center. Mr. Nick, I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have trusted you. I will never forgive you, ever. Yeah, hopefully. Mystic Maya, the tea is ready. Oh, thanks. Come on, Mr. Nick. Please have some of this cake. Yeah, thanks. Pearls? Oh, excuse me. I was in the middle of cleaning the toilet. Hey, it's okay. I just cleaned it this morning. Too late. This might be a good time for me to ask about her. I first met Pearls a year ago. It was when that murder happened in Quran Village. I still remember what she said to me when we first met. You're Mr. Nick, right? You're Mystic Maya's special someone? Hey, Maya, I've always thought it was because she was young, but what? Pearls, I think she's got the wrong idea about you and me. Huh? There's something you need to understand. What is it? It's kind of like a Quran Village custom, sort of. There are hardly any men in Quran Village. Now that you mention it, I never actually saw any men there when I visited. Pretty sure I told you about it a long time ago, about how spiritual powers run very strong in the Fae family. Yeah, you did, and that's why you're undergoing training to be a spirit medium, right? Yeah, the thing is, only women can actually inherit the spiritual power. That's why the whole culture of Quran Village kinda revolves around its women. Well, that's understandable. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but because of that, there tends to be a lot of unsuccessful marriages. Oh, well, men start feeling left out after a while, and then they just start leaving. Especially if the man has a daughter. Are you saying that Pearl's father? He's gone. He left the village when she was very young. Boy, that's tough. Yeah, and she grew up seeing nothing but unhappy marriages all around her. That's why she's so sensitive to things like that. Aw. Girl seems to love you a lot. Well, it's because I'm her only cousin, and, well, because of the murder case last year, Pearly's mother is... Oh yeah. An evil, evil woman who deserved to be put away. I remember now. Pearl's mother, Morgan Fay. She's serving a apprentice term in isolation right now. Wait, in isolation? Have they deemed her crazy? So you see, I'm the only family Pearly has right now. But it's the same for me too. Maya, my mother's gone too. Right, that's why she's taken over, right? So your mother's still missing? Yeah, and no one has any idea where she is. Maya's mother, Misty Faye, the current master of the Quran channeling technique. She disappeared 17 years ago after getting involved in a certain police case. But you're sure she's still alive, right? Yeah, I know she is. Sort of a spirit medium thing. And if your mother doesn't come back, then what? Then according to the laws of the village, I'll become the next master. Mystic Maya, the master of the Quran techniques. Sounds like a heavy responsibility. Yeah, but there's no one else with the blood of the Faye main family who's a spirit medium. Well, Nick, why don't we go out and start investigating? You're not going to learn anything just sitting around the office. Yeah, I know. But first I want to talk to Pearls. Mr. Nick? Yeah? I acted like a baby. Pearls, I doubted you, even though Mystic Maya trusted you completely. I guess I still have a lot of training to do. Mr. Nick? Yes? From the very bottom of my heart, I apologize for what I said. Aw, it's okay. I'm the one that should be apologizing. Well, I'm going out now for a little bit. Where is she going? Huh? Where are you going? I may be small, but I still have a lot of spirit channeling power. So I'm going to show you I can be useful too, by finding some evidence. Hey, wait a minute. She sure runs fast. Nick, let's back off and give her some room, okay? Yeah. I don't trust her going off on her own. But I am also going to save it right here because my voice is tired. And I actually have no clue how much longer this is going to go for. So if after this ends up being a short one, I'll proceed to the next trial portion. But the story is very interesting so far. And like currently at the thinking that Atme is our real villain, and he's just like forcing himself to be found for the recognition. That type of thing. That is where my thoughts are right now. And that he's somehow deluded Ron into genuinely believing him. Because they do know each other somehow, but I have no clue how. But I will see you guys next time, and maybe we can figure it out. See you guys later. Bye!